Okay, so what we're talking about is macro selling versus micro selling. Instead of just upping somebody and trying to sell one car at a time, one car at a time, we're talking about social media. Just for a second, LinkedIn especially is good for this. I was just using the example of just the Louisville Police Department. You could turn around and search for any type of person or professional that's based in Louisville or lives in Louisville, but I'm just using the police department as an example. If you created an email template that says something to the fact to the chief or to the captain or whoever it is, you'd say something to the fact like, "Hey, my name is Sean Bradley. I don't care what title you and Brian come up with. I'm the Nissan ambassador. I'm the automotive ambassador for the Huffman organization, or I'm the business development, or I'm the VIP partner relationship expert. Whatever it is that you want to call the title, just come with something that's fresh to death, and say something like this: We appreciate everything that the Louisville Police Department does, for the community. And obviously, you know that because we sponsor this, that, and the other thing. If you guys sponsor the Louisville Police Department, but we want to go above and beyond that. What we want to do is that we've created a special program that's only open to the Louisville PD officers as well as their families. It's exclusive. Nobody else gets this. It's just for you. And here's what that value package is. We're going to do this, 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 and this. Here's your special pricing, this, 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 and this. That's it. Please let me know, if anyone in the department or the family is in the market for a vehicle, because you'll be able to get these benefits. Stop. I guarantee you, I've done this myself in New Jersey, and we signed up 22 police departments within 3 days when we dropped this, this ad. You got to think about this. For example, if somebody feels that they're going to get a special deal because they're a police department and there's a program with the Huffman Automotive Group, do you think they're going to go through any random dealership? No. Here's the numbers to back it up. I'm going to spit numbers. I got them in my head, okay? You have a 6% OEM closing ratio from Nissan within 30 days. On average, you only have a 6% OEM closing ratio from Nissan. You've got an 8% closing ratio from third-party providers. You've got a 12, 14, or 16% closing ratio from your website or search engine optimization, depending how you set it up. Also, you have a 27 to 35% closing ratio for membership buying programs. Listen to me, the highest closing ratio for leads is Costco, BJ's, Sam's Club, AAA. I don't know if you all know that, but this is real righteous information. This is JD Power Internet Roundtable information. I'm going to repeat that. Membership buying programs have the highest closing ratios. You guys have a BJ's or Sam's Club right here? Okay. Then why is it that leads that come from BJ's or Sam's Club are so much higher closing than anything else? Anybody know?
Membership to get in.
Yes. People perceive if you got to pay a membership that you're going to get a better deal. Do you see what I'm saying? What you're doing is you're creating a membership buying program. You all know my background, I hope, is I built 2 Nissan stores, over 100 units a month out of the internet department. Over 11 years ago, I was doing that. Try to imagine that. Out of my internet department, I was selling over 100 units a month at 2 different Nissan stores, Pine Belt Nissan in Times River, New Jersey, and Cherry Hill Nissan in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is the #1 Nissan dealership in the region.
I need to move there. That's right.
And you got that roof crew up there too. You good?
Cherry Hill.
So you got that crew up there too, don't you?
Yeah, I'm
Good.
just going to move up there. No, I know where Cherry Hill is. No, I'm from Philly.
Okay.
So I know exactly where Cherry Hill is.
So that's the last dealership I worked at before I left and started my company. In 2004, I started Dealer Synergy 9 years ago. So I was doing these crazy numbers. And then if you know the area, then I was doing this with McGuire Air Force Base. I was doing this when I was at Cherry Hill Nissan. I did this huge program with the McGuire Air Force Base with 55,000 soldiers on base. So do you understand? I'll take a break in a second. Do you understand what I'm getting at, though?
Right, about the membership.
Yes, this is really big. You guys are struggling with sales. How many of you right here, by show of hands, look at this, or how many of you are, by show of hands, or right now, going after businesses? Okay, you are. What business?
Enterprise, and then I got Churchill Downs.
Did you close any of the business yet?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Anybody else?
You
What
may
business?
not.
Huh? Which?
My father works there, and I know about 10 other people who work there. So I'll just.
And what are you trying to do?
through all of them. I have on my Facebook, because when you get on my Facebook or on anybody's Facebook that's friends with me, and you're friends with them, you can see all that stuff. So.
Question really quick. you two that have been in the industry for this dealership for how long you been at the store?
17 years.
17 years.
2.
2 years. Okay, but you have over 20 years
Yeah.
both. Okay, question for you: have you ever gone after businesses?
Yes.
Yes.
You have.
Mhm.
Here though.
We mean, since I've been working,
Yes.
I
Here?
go over after churches mostly. 'Cause
Okay, churches are
churches
awesome.
serve, right.
But what else besides? Let's say businesses. Any businesses?
No.
Have you guys? Is there a fleet manager here?
No. We don't sell fleet.
Well, we do stuff.
Oh.
Just
don't have one.
You okay? So you guys do sell fleet, but nobody's doing it right now. Okay, so that's a huge opportunity then, right?
Right.
Okay, so then what can you do to get? If I were you, somebody listen to this. I would get with Brian and say, look, what can we do with fleet? You know, who can we contact for fleet? What's the process? Please teach me. Where can I get information? That's a whole nother program I can teach you is fleet, but I'm not talking about fleet. Fleet is one thing where you could sell 8 cars in a clip, but they're like usually invoice deals because it's a volume thing.
Right.
So fleet is one thing, but what I'm talking about is not fleet. And when you walk away from this to go to break, I'm talking about making sure that you could try to create a value, create a story, create a reason for somebody to turn on a company. Wouldn't it be great to literally have, firefighters constantly coming in here, or military, or police officers, or for the people from the alcohol company constantly coming here looking for you? But they're not going to turn on and do that unless you put that out there. Unless you turn on and say, look, Mr. Company, Mrs. Company, here's why you should do business with us. We could help you with the researching, with the credit. I mean, you might have to turn around and say, look, for police officers, I'm not saying that I'm not profiling them, okay? But I'm just, exactly, you know what I mean? Say, listen, what we have here is we've got a credit clinic that, if any of your officers need help with reestablishing their credit, redoing that, anything like that, it'll be our pleasure. Create value. You want to talk about churches? What I would do is this, and I'm going to give you some really crazy ideas here. You might want to do something with the kids, like a child safety seat. What do you have do you guys have minivans?
Mm-hmm.
Which one, Quest? Quest is back out, okay. So you've got a Quest, you've got an Armada, which is a 7-passenger. What else do you have that's pretty big? Pathfinder. So you got 3 vehicles. I would probably choose the Quest or the Armada or the Pathfinder. All 3 would vary. I would turn around and create. You got to check with Brian, and I'm on audio on this and video. It's really serious because you need safety regulations. I don't know if it would be somebody from that's authorized to put child safety seats in. You know how people could get certified to do CPR. There's people that could teach CPR. I don't know personally in the in Louisville, Kentucky, in the state of Kentucky, what the laws are. Mostly, it's not anybody could just teach somebody to put a child safety seat in because of liability reasons or insurance reasons. But guess what? I would freaking become a lifeguard if I was at a pool. I would be a lifeguard. I'd be lifeguard certified. I'd be CPR certified. If you work at a dealership, why don't you turn around and do whatever you got to do to become child safety seat certified? Why? Because you could do little clinics. Do you understand that? You could turn around and ask Brian to take the vehicle to do, to church, to, for the parents, and to do a 1-hour workshop on how to put the child safety seats in there, yada, yada, yada. You could even do stuff. Guess what? I'm proud to say I'm the first person in the entire country to ever do a cross-promotional marketing with Toys R Us, with Nissan. For any brand, but I was at a Nissan dealership in Cherry Hill. I partnered up with Cherry Hill Toys R Us. This is an old Quest. We basically put a Nissan Quest right in the showroom of Toys R Us, and then Toys R Us loved it because they were able to put, the car seats, they were able to put all the baby accessories and this and that, and all that crap on the Quest, and it was good for us because we had the advertising there. Did anybody go to the Toys R Us in Louisville, Kentucky, or the surrounding areas and say, hey, would you like to turn around and have, a display piece, a Nissan Quest right there, so you could turn around, and then guess what? I would have on the Moroni label your contact information. If this is your idea to turn around and get visibility and get interest, and Brian's okay with it, I don't think Brian would have a problem, putting a vehicle in a high visible space. But he's trying to run the dealership. You have to be entrepreneurs yourself. You've got to be proactive yourself. You've got to figure out all these cool things that you can happen. If it was me that closed the Toys R Us, I would have my name on there. Contact me. I'm the the customer relations person or whatever you want to call it. So it's warm and fuzzy. Or you could even say to Toys R Us, listen, I was just at Babies R Us. I was just at Babies R Us because my wife is expecting a child, and September 8th is when the baby's due. We just registered over the weekend, and they had a fair. They had like this. They had these vendors coming in. They had this coming in. What better for Babies R Us? Think about this, to turn on and do a clinic for how to put a child safety seat in the right way, and how to do safety stuff. And you know what? If you guys didn't want to get certified, find the company that does. For the love of God, it can't cost that much money to turn and find a certified, state approved, blah 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 blah. Whether it's a cop, a law enforcement person that's certified, or it's an EMT, it's a medic, I don't know. But if you turn around and you see the cross promotional stuff that I'm working on right here, you've got to create that energy. If you're just waiting for stuff to magically happen, it's not going to happen. We're going to give you a smoke break.